Good evening and salutations, my soap opera fans. So today's question is, Devon and Abby, what are you doing? What are you doing? Now, I caught up to yesterday's episode. I'm currently watching today's episode. Um, I don't know. For some odd reason, I wanted to watch this before I watched Days, which I'm wondering if which is a good thing or a bad thing. But I don't understand this out of nowhere hookup. What's good, Mel? How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Um, I don't understand this whole out of the blue Devon and Abby hooking up. I don't get it. What's good, Kevin? No, Kevin. No, I don't. Spider Quick, what's good? All right. Look forward to when you come back. Thank you for joining, Mel. It's always great to see you. Um, what's good, Janet? How you doing tonight? How's everything going? Yeah, I don't understand. It seemed like it came out of nowhere. Like, okay, Devon, your girl's been gone for like what, how long? Like maybe a month or two. She's taking care of her mother who is ill, and you decide out of nowhere, hey, let me just sit there and hook up um with Abby. Because it's not like that's gonna be predatory or anything. Janet, you say you like the episode. You like the episode of what? You're in a hospital, Young and the Restless. And what shows do you watch? Mel says, I've watched Young and the Restless for Wednesday, November 9th. Oh, okay, so okay. Cool. I had to sit there and check the date, okay. Oh, Jen, you watched Young and the Restless, okay. All right. So yeah, what do you think? I mean, granted, I didn't watch yesterday's episode yet. I didn't watch tomorrow's episode yet. But Janet, what do you think of Devon and what do you think of Devon and Abby hooking up? I knew I should have sat there and texted them first before I started this live, but I wanted to just. Oh, okay, Jen. You said you watched YNR, GH, and B&B. How you doing, Crystal? How you doing tonight? How you doing, Kenya? Kenya says YNR was a hot mess. Jenna says scenes was good. You mean like the hookup scene? So I'm not ignoring everyone. I'm just. 'Cause I should have sat there and texted. Um, uh, sorry about that. Mel says I don't like the Abby and Devon how they had a chance and oh, okay. Yeah, I don't know. I didn't watch that part. I didn't. I only today's episode. I'm only in 10 minutes. What's good, Blackmon? How you doing tonight? Jenna says yes. Hook up. They were good together. Um, my issue is my issue is that it just seemed like it came out of nowhere. That's my issue. One minute there's something they're talking about now. I mean Neil and Devon's talking about how his relationship with Neil could be holding back. Could have really done some damage as far as him and Nate not really giving him a chance. And Abby is just kind of just feeding into this BS, and I'm like, what are you? This hookup seemed like it came out of the blue. Blackmon, I'm actually doing good. I'm actually doing pretty good today. Glad you're black. I mean, glad you're back, Spiderquake. Um, yeah, no, I'm doing good. I'm doing good, Blackmon. Doing good. I feel like I don't know. This day was just so long. Spidey Quake says, "Where's the ice cream at?" It was kind of chilly today. I'll probably have it tomorrow. I'm probably gonna have it tomorrow, but today was a little kind of chilly. But I still do got noodles. A little chilly today, so I was like, you know what? I'm gonna chill on the ice cream today. But I do want to get some new ice cream this week. So like maybe Thursday I'll pick up something. I feel like I'm gonna pick up the same ice cream to be honest. Like part of me wants to try something different, but the other part of me is like, Janice says they have chemistry. Kenya says Abby and Devon, it was out of left field. Amanda didn't deserve that. Yeah, I agree with that. Spider Quick says I got ice, vanilla and mint. But yeah, Kenya, it was out of left field. Krista says I saw this coming for months. The hookup, that was it. Devon can't keep it in his. Whoa, Krista, you sent to tell me that Devon actually has a pattern of doing this? Oh, Spider Quick, yeah, I did see GH today. I'm gonna put out the review tonight once I'm done with the live stream. Kenya says GH, I need Nina exile somewhere across the universe. Wow. Janet says Chance very disinterested. Yeah, I mean, Janet, you know what it really comes down to? It's like you argue with somebody about the same thing. And Abby actually really pissed me off today. Well, yesterday. She married a cop. She knew exactly what she was getting into. I don't understand how she just magically thought things were going to be different. Monica's in the chat. How you doing? Quite a quick says, how do you feel about Nina, Michael, and Sonny? I feel like at this point, it's just been the same thing over and over again. Like Michael, this conflict between Michael and Sonny just seems super forced. To be honest, it really does. Monique says, I knew Abby was going to say, "Oh, Devon, pay more attention to me." Oh, he put us first. Yeah. And says, Chance needs someone new. Yeah, you need somebody that's actually going to um that deserves to be with him. Mel says Abby and Devon don't have any explanation what happened for them to hurt Amanda and Chance. Yeah, I agree with that. But said they're setting up Nina being the donor. Yeah, yeah. Once they said bone marrow transplant, I knew that. But granted, we knew this for months. The minute that she got diagnosed, we knew that for months. Um, Kenya says Nina was just way out of pocket today. Yeah, but you know what? I actually sided with Nina. I really did. What's good, Angelique? How you doing tonight? Crystal Williams says Mike was doing way too much. Yeah, definitely, Crystal. Michael's been doing too much for a hot minute. Okay. Rachel was good. How you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Kenya says, I think it's hilarious how people always say it just happened. It wasn't just a slip and fall. Exactly. Exactly. Um, Angelique, you really didn't miss anything. I only started like 9 minutes ago. So, Mel says Devon had an affair with Neil's, went to his dad. Oh, wow. Okay. So it wasn't his first time. Angelique said didn't catch anything. No, I just pretty much, it's like 10 minutes into the stream. So we just kind of just chopping it up, just talking about Y&R and GH really. Um, Letitia says, wow, can't believe Devon and Amanda will go off tomorrow. Yeah. Yeah, this is actually why I decided to watch Y&R instead of Days today. What's good, Stacks? How you doing tonight? Kenya says, oh no. It said Kenya says, oh no, Van and Mike Wiley. Yeah, yeah. I'm not out there. Michael says, I honestly don't blame Nina for thinking Willow cheated because she cheated on Chase. Plus, she was with DJ 24/7 because she can't tell Michael she has cancer. And I blame Willow, not Nina. Okay. I mean, I respectfully agree to disagree. Um, Angelique says, no, the show, what I miss. Angelique, you didn't watch it yet. I'm gonna put out my review tonight. So it'll be very difficult to go into the whole show, but I do have my review that I did do tonight, so I'm gonna put that out. Um, Mel says Devon had an affair with Elena and hurt Amanda, so she will forgive him. Hmm. Okay. What's good, Tracy Steves? How you doing tonight? Kenny says, "Oh, Spider Quake, you're right." Okay. Elise is in the chat. How you doing tonight? Yeah, at least it was good today. The pacing was off. I think that was my only issue. The pacing was off. Like it took so long for Liz to confess to Fenn about the whole Rayco thing. That was kind of annoying. Yes, Tracy, happy Tuesday to you as well. Monique says Devon cheated on Roxy with Neil's girlfriend. Yeah. Monique, there's somebody else said that too. So yeah, apparently this is not this guy's first rodeo. But I'm like, bro, your girl's mom was sick. Like seriously? And Abby is clearly seems like she's hurting, and you take advantage of that. I just for somebody who seems so principled, it for me it just seems kind of left field. But from what I hear from people in the chat, it is not his first rodeo. So it takes me a little bit to kind of really get. Stack says Abby cheated with Summer's husband and Sharon's boyfriend. So it's not her first rodeo either. Mel says I was happy Nate and Lena back together. I'm assuming that you watched tomorrow's episode, so okay. I look forward to that. Alicia said I knew Sonny was in on the plan to rescue. Hmm. I don't know. Alicia, I was a little surprised. Stack says I'm so disappointed about. Yeah, me too. It just seems so. I keep saying left field, but left field for me. Angelique said, I thought Abby and Devon were stepsister and brother. Yeah, I gotta look up that family tree. King says, not a fan of Liz and Finn. I will always. Yeah, I gotta look up that family tree. King says, not a fan of Liz and Finn. I will always stand for whatever that says. Laura, I don't love Laura getting Victor all together. Richard says, enough of Michael and his self righteousness. I'm glad Nina gave it to him today about him always talking down to people. And just, yes, Rich, I 100% agree with that. 100% agree with that whole statement. And I couldn't have said it a lot better. I couldn't have said it any better. That's why I read your comment because it sounded a lot better than what I was going to say. Alicia says Sonny and Anna go go way back. Yeah. Okay. All right. Yeah. Okay. Then that makes sense. Okay. Spider Quick says everyone's up against Victor. Yeah, it seems like Victor's kind of holding his own now. Mel says Devon is a hypocrite, so now Nate can rub it in his face. Yeah and no. I mean, cheating is bad, and it is. I don't know. It's kind of hard, but I mean that doesn't take away the fact that Nate was literally going to sit there and not just sell out and go behind Devon's back, but he was going to go behind Lily and Billy's back as well. So in a lot of ways, I still feel like that's kind of worse. Monique says, with all the mind control GH has done, I wonder if it's Jeff Weber was the organizer. You know, Monique, at this point, I wouldn't put it past him. I mean, you got Esme that's practically using like bed sheets and just MacGyvering and Rapunzeling her way down a castle. Like, Spider Quick says, do you think Anna and Heather gonna work together, be on the run separately? Hmm, I don't know. That's a good question. That's a really good question. Be odd. Be like on some sort of. I can see that working. No, Richard, it's true. You put it perfectly. And Richard, I mean, the problem, and I've said this, and I've said this so many times. This whole Michael and Sonny conflict seems super forced. It seems like they're just doing it because well, I don't even know why they're doing it. But um, I mean, come on, man, you can sit there and forgive Sonny for shooting your bio dad. Really? Stack says, Vicky really had Nate with and told Sally to hurry up. You must mean tomorrow's episode or maybe today's episode. What's good, Karen? How you doing tonight? It is very good to see you as well. Alicia says Anna was the one commish who didn't really make it her mission to take Sunny down. Take down Sunny. They actually worked together behind the scenes on a few things. Oh, okay. Spider Quick says, I remember it's either 2017 and 2019. Wasn't Heather saying, I know a secret? The Chronomates don't know, like 3 times to 5 times she might be after the Quartermains. Okay, that's interesting. Mel says Nate and Amanda got on a huge argument, and you must mean like tomorrow, right? No, is that what you're talking about? You're talking about tomorrow? Richard said, I agree with that theory 100%. The writing has nothing better. Yeah, yeah, and it's kind of a shame, but at this point, I mean, we can sit there and complain about GH all day when you really think about it. Stack says Sonny and Michael will make up, but not with Nina. Daisy Flower says Michael has always been closer to Carly than AJ. I never thought that Michael was AJ's son. Karen says this Michael and Sonny conflict is a joke. Yeah, it's 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 the problem is it's not even a joke. It just seems super forced. Oh, you're talking about today? Okay, cool. Yeah, I'm like 10 minutes into it, so I'm gonna finish watching it and I'm gonna do a review on it. Do a review on it. Alicia says Michael looked like a fool today. Yeah, yeah, he really did. He really did. Now, speaking of GH, since we're talking about GH, and by the way, we got 23 people in the chat. We got 5 likes. So if you are enjoying the stream, it really does help me out as far as hitting the like button. I know it sounds like a broken record, and trust me, um, kind of don't like saying it, but it does help me out. So I feel like I kind of need to self promote on some level. Thank you. Um, Now, what did everyone thought of the crime scene with Willow and TJ? What everyone thought about that scene? Because I talk about this in my review. It honestly took me out the scene because I don't know if it was Willow's crying or anything like that, but it was just like it just didn't work. Police says rightly or wrongly, Daisy Flowers, honey, raise my call. Okay. Mel says it showed say at the end that Man and Chance walk in on app. Oh, okay. I saw pictures of it, so it's not like you're really spoiling it too much for me. But I think I'm actually glad that I did chose to watch YNR today. Thank you, Black Mind. Yeah, I always got to sit there and make sure I remind people to hit the like button. So I really do appreciate that. Thank you, Black Mind. Letitia says Michael is so self righteous, doesn't have a clue what about to hit him with Willow and the baby. Yeah, yeah, that's true. Daisy Flaw says, I understand Sonny did betray his family. He testified for Nina, was just wrong. Yeah, I agree with that. Spider Quake says, honestly, Willow can die. Jesus Christ. Um, Monique's, Monique says, Michael, who wants to cut ties with Sonny, still using his name make it make sense, Michael. Why should he care what he does and who he does it with? That's true. That's true. He's been whining about that for a hot minute. Karen says the whole Willow cancer storyline. I'm just not feeling it. Yeah, I respect that. I think it's a very heavy subject, but it is one that needs to be told. So I'm with it. I'm not with Willow's crying and her acting. I'm not with that. Alicia says what to say about Cody. I still don't. Richard says I think that scene was whack. Now Willow wants to feel sorry for herself. Yeah, I mean, to some extent, I get it. At some point, we all do kick ourselves, but the acting was just really poor. I think if the acting was a little bit better, it would have kind of got me more emotionally invested into it. Um, Now, Stack says now we know why Cody's been under Brit. I bet he lied like Mac, not his dad, so he will have a claim on the necklace. Daisy Flower says Stack GH. I did feel bad for Willow. Monique says Nina, Sunny, TJ, Willow, no, Willow's secret, except for Michael. Mel says, I really hope that there is no love triangle as merry-go-round with Noah, Allie, and Audrey. That would be so heartbreaking. You know, Mel, as much as I don't like love triangles, Noah and Allie has been boring as hell for me. So I agree with Samuel when he was in the chat. Audrey makes it interesting. And Karen says the Monica Cancer storyline was better. Okay. I I I feel like you're probably right. I haven't watched it. I only started watching it in the year 2000. Stack says why Mac didn't have a copy of the DNA. That's true. But, maybe whatever her name was really sweet on Cody. Alicia says, I don't know why Willow's doctors didn't do the bone marrow match search before that. Yeah. That's why I love my subscribers because Alicia brings up a very good point as far as doing that. I don't know. Well, I mean, Alicia, I don't know if it's super invasive as far as the bone marrow trend, as far as looking for a bone marrow person. But yeah, see, Kenya, that's what I was meant to say. I was like, this is why I love my subscribers because she brought up such an amazing point that I clearly overlooked. Daisy Flaw says, I don't think the acting was bad. I lost my parents to cancer and I understand where she's coming from. No, Daisy Flaw, mm, I agree with, I agree, well, I agree it's a very sensitive subject. So that's why I felt like part of me was invested into it, but I can agree to disagree about the Willow thing. Now, Alicia says knowing that Willow is Nina's daughter makes me like her. Oh, makes me like her less. Mary says heartbroken that Amanda and Devon broke up. You know, if Amanda breaking up with Devon, that's on Devon because I don't feel sorry for him. I actually like Devon. I don't feel sorry for him. Angelique says, "Well, now Carly's lie is about to come out." Yeah. Body Quick says, "Did you Brock and DC risk it?" Yeah, we're trying to do it for this weekend. I'm gonna try to get in contact with Brock tomorrow and see what's good with his schedule and I'll definitely keep everyone posted. Thank you for asking that, though. Daisy Flower says Nina will go on another apology tour. Yeah. Well, actually, Daisy Flower currently will probably have to go on an apology tour. Monique says, I have a feeling Sally is going to pick Nick because he is safe, no risk involved being with him. Yeah. Janet says Amanda was leaving the show. Yeah, that's why I was like really surprised when people was like, "Oh, she's back. She's coming back." I'm like, what? Monique says, "Okay, never mind." Mel says, "Here we go again with Sally, Adam, and Nick. Love triangle merry-go-round." Yeah, yeah, Mel. A lot of people love those love triangles. I'm not a fan of them, but Daisy Flower says, "Do you think that the actress Amanda is leaving the show?" Daisy Flower, I read somewhere that she was leaving the show a while back because of a fire, and there's a whole article about it. So I was just really surprised that she was back on the show. Now Janice says Nick and Sally seem like it will happen. Fighter Quick says hopefully DC don't cancel the live to go okay. unless unless he's right and yeah. No, Spider Quick is I'm pretty sure that is DC. Mary says I just like the couple out of all of these on YNR. Alicia says no, it's not invasive. Oh, okay, then yeah, yeah, then it's completely stupid. And I'm so glad you brought that up. Daisy Flo says, "Oh, I thought she was going to be recurring." Hmm. Daisy Flo, I got to look into that. Juanita's in the chat. How you doing tonight? Mel says, "I love Nick and Sharon together." Daisy Flo says, "How crazy has Thomas gone?" You know, yes, Thomas has gone crazy. Deacon seemed like he's going crazy. What is going on with this romance with Deacon and Sheila? Oh, I'm gonna take you out on a night on the town, or I'm gonna do this really nice thing for you. You're proposing to Brooke. Oh, Deacon, you are stressing me out, bro. Now Janice says back on to wrap up. Back on to wrap up. Spider Quick says, "What show is this? Sally and Nick? Young and Restless." Spidey Quake, Young and Restless. Elise says, my late grandson had leukemia. The process not invasive. I donated as well, but was not a match. I'm sorry to hear that, but yeah, no, you brought up an excellent point. Stack says Nicholas is a whole form. Now we're talking about Nicholas from GH, right? Scanners in the chat. How you doing tonight? How are you doing tonight? Thank you for joining. Daisy Flo says I thought her brother or sister and his family died in the fire. Yeah, Daisy Flo, that's what I heard as well. That's what I heard as well. That's why I was surprised that she came back. It's like she had this epiphany, like, oh, I want to leave, I want to do other things, and now she's back. Jen says I don't like Deacon with Sheila. Not hot at all. It's not even Janet. It's not even that it's not even hot. It's just it's not even making sense on any level. Mel says I told you that Holt did not kiss Thomas, and she stopped it. Yes, you're right. You're right. Shannon says Nina and Sunny will feel so dumb when the truth comes out about Willow herself. Yeah. Well, more. Yeah. Nina should probably feel a little bit more. Spider Quick says, I hope Nina let Willow die after what she did yesterday. Jesus Christ. Juanita says, I think Deacon is up to no good with Sheila. Juanita, Deacon is my favorite character, and I'm just so don't understand what he's doing. Double C says, I didn't watch B&B because the news was talking about the hurricane. Oh, okay, Double C. I gotta check to see if it actually came out. Skinner says doing pretty good. Hope all is well with everyone. Spider Quick says I wouldn't fought Willow if that was me. I don't care if she was. I would have fought Willow. She was pregnant. I don't care. Oh wow, okay. I don't even know if I should read that out loud. Monique says the whole doll is creeping me out. Yeah, But you know what, Monique, the fact that she was like she wasn't freaked out about it enough to like really chastise Thomas was just really odd. Police says, why didn't that prison sidekick draw a gun on Dex? Okay, I am really gonna be out in the chat now. Now, Lady Flower, who is going to find Anna? Um, Mary says, I have a feeling Sheila will be found out to be alive and there will be hell to pay. Yeah, Mary is definitely going to be on Deacon. Spuddy Quick says, Heather and Anna might help each other out. I can see that. Mel says, I think that Sally is using Nick to get back at Adam for hurting her and it will not last with Nick. Sally, Nick will get bored with Sally, so go back to Adam. Pretty close says, why do you think they're heading to Carly's house to hide? I don't know if I said that, but Skinner says, I hate the direction B&B is going. This Thomas situation is beyond ridiculous. Let him be reform and have his own real woman. Yeah, you know, Skinner, but also this is on Hope as well. The fact that she did not see this sooner and stop it much earlier is insane to me. Um, Spidey Quick says Nina should have slapped the hell out of Willow. Yeah, she's pregnant. Alicia says, I'm wondering if the other guy is the van working for Victor. Now, that's interesting. Spidey Quick says, Alicia, Thing says, I'm okay. Stack says, I can't wait to Jack and Kyle get egg on their face. Jack and Kyle. Yeah, with the whole Diane situation. And it says I can't no, can you know sometimes spell check is well it's annoying. Easy fly, I don't think okay. Alicia says that's interesting to okay. Spider Quick says yes I watched half of the hotel crisis. Oh, okay, Spider Quick, what did you thought of it? Skinner says, yeah, Hope is certainly nice. Yeah. Hope is Mel says Hope is being an airhead. I agree with that. Alicia, Heather helping somebody. Well, if it benefits Heather, then I can see her doing that. Spidey Quick says Jerry shot Robin, played get to know you game. Yeah, yes. Spidey Quick, yes. I feel bad for Robin, but Jerry Jax, no joke. Yeah. Spidey Quick, that's why I said that's Jerry Jax is my favorite villain. I also like the actor too. Like he did this show called The Originals, and the guy's just a beast. Both the actor and the character. Now Skinner says Anna and Valentine are so hot. Oh my god. Um, Spider Quick says Jerry Jacks looks like Jasper Jackson bed. Yeah, I mean, well, they are brothers. Daisy Daisy Flower says Michael on the original. Yes, Michael Michelson. I miss that show so much, and I just don't have time to rewatch it. But I love to watch little clips here and there. Yeah, Skinner, they're brothers. Yeah, mm-hmm. They are brothers. Spider Quick says, I know they're brothers in the show, but are they? Oh, are they in real life? Okay, I got you. I got you. I got you. I don't think so. Stack says Liz told Spencer about the wife. Yeah, Stacks. After 20 something minutes, after 25 something minutes, she finally gets to the point. I was like, girl, if you don't hurry this up. Mary says B&B are trying to throw Thomas under the bus. Bill Spencer talks about Thomas being obsessed. What about him being obsessed with Brooke? Yeah. Yeah, Mary, whenever Bill kept calling Riz the dressmaker and the dressmaker junior, I'm like, Bro, seriously, this is like 2022. Daisy Flower says the only woman Jerry approved for Jax was Carly. Yeah. Bodyquake says Ben might be angry. Karen says he also played an angel. Yes, Karen, he did. Oh, that's awesome. I don't know. I'm just very impressed that you watch Supernatural. Mostly because I watched the show, so it's nice to know that great minds think alike, and the fact that it's a good memory right there. Mel says Chanel got arrested today. Sean, oh, in front of the election. Okay. Part of me wants to sit there and review days tonight, but it's just I woke up so early. It was just such a long day that I feel like I don't even know if I'm going to finish reviewing Y&R. To be honest, I think the only review I'm going to be able to put out is a GH review. Alicia said I've been doing. Alicia said I've been done with Liz and Finn. Hopefully, this is they're ripping off the band-aid. Yeah, it took long enough. Spotty Quick says, "Who's the best looking girl on GH and today's GH?" Hmm. Honestly, tell you the truth, I would sit there and say Brit. I really had to think about that for a minute because I'm like, Sam gets on my nerves, but that girl got curves. So, Mary says, "Do you expect Steve to come back to GH since no vaccination is needed now?" Mary, he did sit there and say if he ever lifted one day that he will be open to coming back, and the fans love him, so I can see that happening. Now, he says, "Oh, okay," but also you got to sit there and ask Mary, do you think that he should come back? With the story the way it's going. Shannon says, I think that necklace is definitely the Ice Princess. But don't they didn't already get the Ice Princess back to the WSB? D Flower says, do you follow Jensen Ackles from do you follow Jensen from Days to Supernatural? Yeah, no, Days I heard he was on Days, but that was before I started watching it. Stack says Bill's been obsessed over Reg for years when he was married to Taylor, so what's the difference with Hope? Spider Quick says, I would say, yeah, that's what I said. Me too, Brett. Me too, Spider Quick. Karen says, bring back hating for Finn. Daisy Floss says, all the women in GH are good looking. Yeah. How you doing tonight, Ethel? Thank you for joining us. Alicia said, didn't see any girls in GH today. I think, Alicia, as far as like the women, like, Spider Quick asked me who was the best looking woman on GH today. And I had to think about that. And I said, Britt. Now Mel says Nikki is called the Ice Queen and Victoria is called the Ice Princess. Yes, that is true, Mel. Um, it's nice to know that I didn't actually like make up that name. Like people been calling her Ice Princess for years. Now Skinner says haha. Spider Quake says you never know. Maybe Victor has Jason, Ethan, Lucy, and Luke. I wouldn't be too surprised. I wouldn't be too surprised out there. Stack says, I love when Laura gets gangster. Yes. Finally graced everyone with her presence. When that deputy mayor was not there popping all that ish. Alicia says Sam actually mentioned the Ice Princess today. Yeah. Alicia, that was part of the necklace. But again, this is I'm so confused right now. Skinner says I say Brit and Porsche. Yes. I mean, granted, Skinner, I think Daisy Flower was talking about today, or Spider Quick was talking about today, but yes, I do agree with that. Um, Mary says, I miss Julian and Lexus from GH. They were an interesting couple. Yeah, I agree with that. Stack says Sam on to Cody. You don't know it. Yeah. Well, kind of. I mean, Sam did want Cody to stay off of Spinelli. Like, don't be blackmailing my guy. Alicia says, don't forget Victor was head of the WSB at one point. Kenya says the cast on men are intensely passionate and alphas with the women they love. Stefan, Nikos, Nicholas with Emma, and now Spencer. Firequake says, I'm not liking AD Arden. Janice says, Sasha, I think, is the prettiest. You do make a good point. You do make a good point. Very good point. Skinner says, didn't Julian put a knife to Alexa's throat? Yeah, Skinner. Um, but he only did that because um his sister, his half sister, had something on him as far as like threatening Leo. So that's why Julian did that. Like he didn't want to do that. Karen says, is Max Cody's father? They didn't release the DNA test today. Like they got it, but they didn't say anything. Um Kenya says, I miss Rick being on the show, but was tired of being everyone's punching bag. Slick Rick. Spiderquake says, NGL means not gonna lie. Okay. My bad. Mel says, did you know that Hope thought Thomas threw Thomas in a van of hydrochloric acid because he tried to kiss her? She thought she killed him, but it was cleaning. Jesus. Mel, are you serious? Yo! Mel, I don't know if I should be impressed with Hope or just like, the hell? Stack says Sam asked Spinelli to check out Cody. Yeah. Apple said Julian was the weakest mobster I know. Yeah, but now Sonny doesn't have his right hand man anymore now. Skinner says I really hope he isn't Cody's father. Mel says I'm serious. Wow. Like I said, I don't know if I should be impressed with Hope or just really shocked. Apple said there was no acid in the van. It was just cleaning solution. Yeah, Apple, but from what Mel was saying that she didn't know that. Daisy Flower says Nina made Sonny a punk. Double C says watch Cody going to lie and say Max, not the father just to get his hands on the diamond. Yeah, but I mean, I feel like he would have to do a better job. Now, Mary says Liam acts like Hope doesn't have a brain to say no. He is the one getting on my nerves. Mary, I agree with that. I do. Liam was definitely showing his beta side, but I'm like, Hope should have put a stop to that a while ago. Like a while ago. Police said yes, Julian was F and that was no reason. Albert to terrorize a woman you supposedly love. Yeah, Alicia, but again, it wasn't like he did it because he wanted to. The other Olivia was threatening Julian's son. So he didn't do it because he wanted to, He was doing because if he didn't do it, he thought that something was gonna happen, something bad was gonna happen to his son. Now Spiderquake says in the hotel crisis, Elizabeth was really annoying with Elizabeth. Unsurprised he shot Robin and not Elizabeth. Hmm. You make a good point. Ethel says, no, we didn't know that. Karen says, I like Jason Morgan, but I think the character has run its course. Yeah, Karen, Jason's my guy, but I, to some extent, I gotta agree. Like the story, the way it's moving, I can see him not being necessary, but I can also see him being necessary too. Juanita says, I'm over Jason now. Also, remember that Acid Thomas. What's good, Valerie? How you doing tonight? Skinner says, maybe Jason Quartermain can come back. Yeah, I'm with it. Jason's my guy. Alicia said, okay. Daisy Flower says, nobody wants Jason Quartermain back. He was corny. Daisy Flower, I can 100% disagree with you about that. Like, I mean, I respectfully um, disagree to agree with you, but yeah. Stack says Brooke knew Ridge was looking for his son. She told Hope the acid left no trace. Oh, Apple said okay. No, Apple said Disney lifted the mandate, but it's up to the individual shows to lift theirs. What's good, Chikaris? How you doing tonight? Yeah, Apple, I do remember that. I do remember that. That's why it's so difficult to wonder if he's coming back or not. Spider Quack says if you can write GH for the rest of 2020, what would it? What would you do? I would cut half of the cast. Okay, that's something I don't even have to think about. I would literally cut half of the cast. And how you doing again, Chikaris? That'd be my first thing. Ethel said Jason used to be awesome, but not anymore. How you doing tonight, Shakira? Shakira said I always love Jason Morgan. Mary says Sonny is no punk. Storylines need to change. Sonny has a softer side. I was tired of seeing the killing monster. Mary says. Spikequake says right, not right. I don't know what that. I know what that means. Alpha says Jason is not needed. Shakira's in the chat. Mel says Thomas made Hope think he was dead, but he was just making a point about keeping a secret, even when Thomas kept the secret about back from Hope and Liam, the truth about their daughter. Daisy Flowers says Jason Morgan is more interesting. Okay. Maybe I'm missing a comment, but I could have swore you said that he was not um he was not interested. Have a good night, Kenya. Thank you for joining. Oh, Spikeworks says, how would you write some storylines? Like, what would you want to see on GH? Hmm. That's an interesting question. I would really need to like take my time and answer. I couldn't just put one thing. I would really have to think about that. Angelique said Jason is needed. I can see that. Well, Jason's my guy, like I said. Shannon says Sonny not very mob like anymore. Maybe Jason could take the mob from him. Shannon, I remember he tried to do that one time before. Now Tracy Steve says it's the character that plays Sonny leaving the show. Tracy, there are so many rumors that he is just done with the show. There's a lot of times that people will sit there and look at him as far as his acting and feel like he's just kind of phoning it in. And the way that they're setting up this whole Sonny versus Michael thing, I can totally see it. Daisy Flower says, who would you cut? Sonny has always had a softer side, but he was sharper. Who would you cut? Daisy Flower, in a lot of ways, I feel like I would just put like an eeny, meeny, miny, mom. Like, just random. Jakar, I didn't actually watch Days today. I watched GH. I'm watching YNR. I'm probably going to watch Days tomorrow. Spike Quick says, okay, take the time you need. Thank you. Yeah, no, it's very quick. I didn't want to sit there and just give a quick answer because it's a really important question. Um, Deja Flower says Jason Quartermain is not interesting. Jason Morgan is more when he became interested. Oh, okay, Deja Flower. Okay, now I got you. Now I got you. My bad. My bad, Spider Quake. I looked at Jason and just assumed you were talking about him not being interesting. Juanita said, "Why not have me sick?" Yeah, it looked like it was going to be one of those episodes. Stack says, when Hope thought she killed Tom, the only reason Brooke told because Tom said you do it or will she never tell the truth. She got caught. She gets caught. Hmm. Interesting, Stacks. I mean, I say it's interesting, but it's like it's hard for me to connect with that just because like that was before my time. I think I've been watching YNR for like maybe a year and a half. But also been doing YouTube for like maybe a year and a half. Skinner says I think Jason is decent either way. Yeah, it sucks. I mean, Skinner, my bad. Skinner says I think either way. I mean, I know there's a lot of people that don't like Jason. There's people that like, well, when Billy was doing Jason, they liked his version better. You know, it's not, with these characters, they're not one size fit all or whatever. You know, Daisy Flower says, is Thomas going to kidnap Hope? I wouldn't put it past him. Mary says, going to feel sorry for Rafe on days when Nicole admits she loved Eric. Still, I bet that woman that Eric is seeing could be pregnant. Yeah, Mary, I feel like they're going to put a monkey wrench in there. But you know what, Mary? It's hard for me to feel bad for Rafe, okay? Because Rafe cheated on Ava with Nicole, you know? So it's like when you find out that Nicole cheated on you, it's like, dude, you knew exactly who you were messing with, you know? You knew exactly the type of woman you were messing with. I can't believe she cheated on me. Really, bro? Really? Exactly. Well, let me read that a little more. Um, Stack says I love Eddie Quartermain or Edward. Apple says I don't want Jada to be pregnant. Skinner says Rafe is going to experience his karma. Yes, yes, Skinner. Yes. Now Jakar said I don't mind Jada being pregnant. I mean, I'm not a huge Nicole and Eric fan, so like it doesn't. You know what I'm saying? Like it doesn't do anything for me either way. Alicia said, "Who is Eddie Courtney?" You mean Edward? Yeah, Alicia. I think that is who they mean is Edward. Because I'm like Eddie, unless they're talking about Eddie Maine. Alicia, that's who Ned used to go by at one point. Now Daisy Flower says Taylor's the worst doctor. How could you not see signs that her son was going crazy? You know, Daisy Flower. As much as I don't like Taylor, maybe she's blinded by her love for her son. Stack says everyone called him Eddie. Oh, you know what? I could be wrong. I could be wrong, Stacks, because I only started watching in the year 2000. Spiderquake says, "What's your favorite and least favorite soap? Not best or worst." Spiderquake is hard for me to say that because they do fluctuate. You know, like last week, YNR was actually killing it, and Days and GH was just dull. So it really depends on the week and it depends on the story. The fact that I actually gave YNR more props than GH is mind blowing. Now, Apple said if Jada is pregnant, then Eric is going to stay with her, and he really loved Nicole. Yep. That's why I said that monkey wrench. Um, Karen says I like Drew and Sam together because he puts Sam and the kids first. Same thing, Karen. As much as I love Jason, you know, when Drew was Jason, he still put Sam and the kids, above Sunny. So I agree with that. 100%, Karen. Now Deji Flaw says Nicole and Eric are the one of the only couples on days that have heat. Hmm. I don't know, Deji Flaw. I mean, I'll take your word for it. Now Mo says, I love Eric and Nicole, and they have loved each other for years. I did not like the way that Rafe cheated on Ava. Yeah, I agree with that. And now Rafe is going to sit and experience that same thing himself. And I know this sounds very dickish, but I'm going to kind of enjoy it. Spidey Quick says, I hope Willow baby survives, but Willow can die. Okay. Shannon says, Hook attacks again. Any guess who will be? Oh, Shannon, you know what? I go with Curtis. I go with Curtis because I mean this whole wedding that's going to be in Valentine's Day. They got to do something between that. You know, we're in November. Skinner says I like Taylor, but she do need to pay attention to her son's mental state. Yeah, I agree, Skinner, and I don't like the fact that she downplayed a lot of the stuff that Thomas did. Oh, my son just has some problems. I was like, no, your son was obsessed with Hope. That's not. That's like no. Juanita says yes, she is never. No, let me read that again. Juanita says yes, she is. He never was healed from Hope. Played them all. And Skinner says I never like Jason and Sunny. Okay. Skinner, why did you never like Jason and Sunny? You mean like you never liked them as a couple, or Stack says, oh, wait, I record me. Well, okay. Daisy Flower says, I say Taggart. Oh, okay. So you think that Taggart's going to be the next person that's going to get the hook? Ethel says Taylor has issues herself. Yeah. Like for draping herself over a married man and then being all disappointed and running in forests is like some weirdo or some 16-year-old little girl. Yeah, Apple, I can sit there and name a lot of issues that Taylor has. Mary says Ava has gone over the deepest now. Yeah, seeing Charlie, her dead son, having Susan kidnapped. I have a feeling this could be Ava's exit story. Yes, Mary, you do remember the previews where they had the car exploding? Just saying. And maybe Mary, if Ava leaves that show, like the actress leaves, she can come back on GH. Skinner says the OG Eric, the guy that's on Supernatural, oh Jensen, have more chemistry with Nicole. Their love story was beautiful in the '90s. Yeah, Skinner, that's Jason. No, Jensen Ackles. Such a weird name to say, but yeah, yeah. No, Skinner, I know what you meant. I know what you meant. Karen says Portia needs to tell Curtis the truth. Yeah, Karen, she does. But you know what? It's gonna be so much. Karen, it's gonna be so much more fun when her truth gets exposed. Now, Apple says Ava is leaving the show. Hmm, I can see that. I can see that. And it's not like she can't always come back. Spikewick says Karen, the truth coming out at the wedding, probably. Yeah. Valerie says, oh no, Apple. Mary says, yes, Albert, I think it is Ava's death story. Yep, I agree. Daisy Claus says, thank you. She was too busy chasing Rich and knows Thomas losing his mind. She also needs to check Stephanie. Yeah, and there's a power dynamic between mother and daughter, and it is just It's backwards. Alicia said Curtis can go. Austin Mason, Nina just to start. Yes, Alicia loves Thanos characters. That's why I rock with Alicia. Alicia loves just Thanos those characters. Now Janice says Joanne's also very pretty on GH. Yeah, she is. Now I will sit there and say, and maybe this is just from a male perspective, there's a fine line between pretty and hot. I'll leave it at that. Mel says Susan Bank is good. Fruitcake, but her visions is always right. Ava is losing her marbles, talking to Charlie's ghost, hunting her about the kidnapping. Yeah, especially with little Henry. I was like, Mel, Ava has lost her mind. Valerie says Ava can't leave. Shannon says I never have liked the way Sonny treated Jason. You know what, Shannon? Me too. Shannon, you remember that? You remember the episode when Jason saved both Liz and Sam, but because his hands was messed up, Sonny was like, "You're no use for me," because Jason was supposed to be looking for Michael. He literally saved two women, and Sonny treated him like trash. Stack says Alicia. Oh, okay. Valerie says sick of Nina. You know, Valerie, I don't like Nina, but I did actually defend. You know, like I did side with her over Michael. Alicia says, okay. Mary says Jason did not seem to mind the way Sonny treated him. Yeah, Mary, that's true, but it doesn't make it right though. Stack said, okay. Daisy Flower, okay. Shakira says, I told you Marlena Abby, Melanie Abby and Devon slept together because saw on YouTube yesterday and Amanda is pissed at tomorrow's. Yeah. Thank you for joining me, Alicia. It was a lot of fun. Thank you for just being there. Just being here. I appreciate it. If you're still on tomorrow, I'm gonna sit there and try to do another live at 8 o'clock as well. Valerie, how you liking the new Heather? You know, Valerie, I like new Heather. I do. I actually like new Heather. I know some people are complaining about her, but the actress retired. It's what are you gonna do? I like her though. She has a lot of energy. The actress has a lot of energy. Angelique says, "Don't touch any more." Yes, Angelique, because I think at this point everyone in the chat knows that you love your characters. The more characters, the better. Now Skinner says Jason was a pushover to Sonny a lot of times. Yeah, unfortunately. Well, that's not true, Skinner. Remember when Sonny was dating Emily? Daisy Flash says I like New Heather too. Skinner says ew, Devon actually slept with Abby. Yeah, he did. Shannon says, yeah, I remember that. I hated Sonny. Yeah, Shannon, you know, that was actually like back in the day when I used to love Sonny, I was like, yo, I rock with this guy, but this was so wrong now. And Shannon, you remember what Sonny said to Claudia about the baby, thinking, oh, I'm so glad that the baby died. It sounds sick coming out of my mouth. Now Mel said Ava Vitale should have went to Seattle with Joey and Trip to start a new life there, but it's just pointless to get revenge on EJ, but you know that EJ will always win. Yeah, no, but you know, it sucks though, because if it was just EJ, cool. But um now you're putting Susan in it. You know, like come on. I get you wanna get back at EJ, but like what are you doing? Mary says, I'm sorry, but I like this Sunny now. Yeah, I do too. I think that people do grow and they do change, and you're either gonna accept them or not. Skinner says Allie Miller is killing it as Heather. Yes, Skinner. Yes, 100% agree with that. Daisy Flaw says I think Jason was upset with Sonny when he left. Yeah, that sucks. Daisy Flaw, that sucks. To have that sort of energy before you don't see him again. Now Stack says Sonny treated Jason horrible about Courtney. Yeah, and then Sonny dated Emily, and he saw no problem with that when Jason got upset. Amazing. Apple says Ava is a mafia princess. What do you expect from her, Albert? Yeah, I mean, mm, I don't want to agree with that, Apple, but you do have a point. Dating Flaw says I think Jason would have taken Carly's side. Skinner says Sonny definitely had a very reckless mouth towards women and people he felt wasn't of use to him anymore. Yeah, I agree with that. Double C says at least GH Heather won't be making any lemon bars anytime soon. Karen says that was a great scene with Sonny exposing Carly at the birthday party. No, Karen, that was a great scene. I'm talking about what Sonny said to Claudia as far as when Claudia lost her baby and Sonny was like, I'm glad that the child died. And I'm like, I get you don't like Claudia, but to sit there and wish, to sit there and talk of joy of a child passing was just sick. Like, even to this day, it still kind of turns my stomach. Um, Double C says, Double C says, at least GH has, oh, okay, I read that. And DJ Flaw says, Jason was not as sunny, yeah, not as sunny, but not a Nita fan. Yeah, DJ Flaw, seeing Nina, the way she acted, and also, Carly, Carly was a girl, was his girl. So yeah. Shakira says Gabby started remembering what Doctor. Oh, okay. I'm looking forward to watching that. I think it's gonna actually be really nice to sit there and watch that and have some breakfast. It'll be so amazing. Um, Now Shannon says I remember that he was so sick to say that. Yes, Shannon. Yes. Like I said, it's still. I don't even like saying it out loud because it's just so disgusting. Now, Shannon, Sonny's my guy, but there's certain things that he has said over the years that I can't get past. Now, Mel says Ava is a mafia princess, but Angela married another bride now, so Ava can't go back to that family. Now, Mel, I heard, yeah, no, and that would make sense because if she still did have her connections, she wouldn't be so worried about going up against EJ. Now, Alpha says if Ava wanted to go back, she will get rid of Angela's wife. Yeah. Mary says this. Okay. Shakira says, yeah. Shakira says no, not yet, but she will remember what when at her and Shin's wedding before a year is out. Oh, okay. Well, I'm still looking forward to watching it the other way. That much is definitely true. That much is definitely true. You ever just says something that doesn't even sound like your character? Like it just came out of nowhere? I could have sworn it felt like I was possessed from it. Why do I keep throwing these damn noodles? So yeah, now Stack says Chrissy hated Sunny. They was at the party and hurt him. Stacks, let me read that again. Chrissy hated Sunny. They were at the party and hurted him. I'm not getting that, Stacks. You talking about like years before? Mary says Claudia was a witch, but she did not deserve that comment about the baby. Yeah, yeah, Mary. Every once in a while, Sunny. I mean, granted, a lot of characters that went too far and people still rock with them. Um, but the thing is with fans sometimes is that they don't acknowledge when these characters go too far and they do something that is just wrong. I was talking to somebody and she was like, talking about rape talking about Eric and Nicole. Or it was Rafe and Nicole. And she was like, well, I wanted Rafe to be with Nicole. I'm like, I get that, but they're cheating behind Ava's back. And she's like, yeah, but I still like them as a couple. And I'm like, cool, but you're not acknowledging what they're doing is wrong. Now Daisy Flaw says Josh has the same attitude towards Sonny, the same that Christina used to have with him. Yes, you are. Right. Daisy Flaw says Josh has the same attitude. Yes, you're 100% right. Stack says when he went off on Claudia. Oh, okay. Okay, I understand that. Thank you, Stacks. It took me a second. I had to sit there and get a little bit more context. Mel says Stefan and Chloe will not last because when Johnny and Wendy find out the truth about Stefan, will be back with his love, Gabby. Yeah, I mean, we all see that coming now. We do. Skinner said they're. Skinner says they're purple hearts a lot. Apple says 90% of what is done in soaps is wrong. Yeah, Apple, but here's the thing. When it comes down to it, there's levels to this. Okay, there's levels to this. Yes, when characters do something wrong, they need to have a little bit of dirt because it makes them interesting. But there's certain things that people do that crosses the line. That general good, decent folks that actually like these shows and love the drama can be like, uh, this is going a little bit too far, you know. Shannon says Jason did not have his memory. Sonny threatened to kill him. Hmm. Then Jakara says Chanel gets arrested tomorrow. Okay. Alright. Definitely looking forward to watching it. Definitely looking forward to watching it. Now, what I will sit there and say before I go is that I want to try to make this a regular thing, and at least 5 days a week. I don't know if I want to do it like Sunday through Thursday or Monday through Friday. But I want it to be the same time. Like if I do it Monday through Friday, then it's going to be 8 o'clock. I'm going to sit there and try to keep to that schedule. This way, people know, and they can just come on, and they won't really have to sit there and think about it. But I will sit there and put up a poll or something like that just to kind of get people's input. Now Shakira says, Did she end up episode? Okay. Stack says, well, Josh's stubbornness and set it her ways. She grew up watching all this. Yeah, I agree with that. Thank you, Black Man. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate you being here. I appreciate everyone being here. Jakar says I'm about to go and start on new painting. Have a good night, Jakar. Thank you for joining. Karen says, "Oh, level weekly chat." Me too. Me too. That's one of the things I want to start doing. Yeah, Janet. Yes, thank you, Janet. Thank you, Apple. Yes, yes. I want this to be kind of a weekly thing. Because the thing is, sometimes even when I'm doing my reviews, I may not be able to get to all of them. But I watch all the soaps. So if people want to sit there and hear my opinion about something, about a particular thing, we can sit there and chop it up. And this way, I can kind of give my thoughts on some of the stuff that's going on with these episodes, even if I don't get to the said episode. Like I'm gonna put out my wine art review tonight because I want to put out at least two of them, or at least watch it. Shakira says Chanel got arrested at the end of okay. And then oh yeah, Shakira from Murder. Yeah. That's what I heard also. Well, Shakira from the preview you sent me. That's what it seemed like Sean was arresting her for. Which is can we not just all appreciate just how much stuff that Alex and Paulina and everyone went through? And then you find out this week she gets arrested. You're just like, are you kidding me? Janet says, Bolt needs some steamy scenes. Yeah, I agree with that, Janet. I agree with that. I mean, granted, Janet, for me, I don't normally do a lot of sex scenes. Don't get me wrong. As a man, I can't sit there and tell you how much I appreciate that, but I feel like there's a time and a place for that. Mary says, thank you. Have a good night. Thank you, Mary. Thank you for joining me. This was really fun. Thank you, Karen. Angela, yeah. Thank you. Thank you. Sounds great. 5 days. Yeah. Yeah, that's what I want to do. That's what I want to do, Angela. That's what I want to do. It'd be a lot of fun. And I can still do the reviews and stuff like that. So it's gonna be a lot of work, but it's gonna be a hell of a lot of fun. Have a good night, Juanita. Thank you for joining. Always appreciate seeing you. And Mary was a new one, so it was really cool seeing you. And thank you, Janet. Because I know sometimes you're like really busy and stuff like that, so it's really cool to see you as well as everyone else. Um, Mel says Leo Stark went to Paulina's safe to Patty Sloan, but she saw yeah, set a time it would be easy. Yeah, thank you. Yes, that's the plan. That's what I want to sit there and try to do. Um, that's what I want to sit there and try to do a set schedule, 5 days a week, 8 o'clock. Because as much as I like doing lives, it just seems like it's very spontaneous. It's like one time it's at 6, next time it's at 7, next time it's at 8. So it'd be easier for a lot of people, it'd be easier for me. And, you know, that's why I don't always have to sit there and post an hour before I go live. Thank you, Shannon. It was really good seeing you. You have a good night. I will see you tomorrow. Hopefully if you're here. Um Shakira says Sloan knows Alex stole the fire. Oh, you got a lot to look forward to. Yeah. Spider Quick, yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna be ending the stream tonight. 'Cause I wanna try to at least watch a little bit more wine up before I go to bed. So yes, I'm gonna be ending the stream on this note, but I do want to thank everyone for joining. This was in so many ways I was so drained from today. But just coming on here talking to everyone, this was a lot of fun. This definitely was this was definitely the highlight of my day. When I start stuttering and saying the same words, that's when you know it's time for me to go to bed. I'm sorry for pointing. Um, Skinner said this is probably the first B&B that any. Yes, Skinner. Yes, a lot of people were sitting here complaining about that. So now that people are getting the fashion show, I'm like, I got a fashion show. Stop complaining. Spider Quake said, "Did you ever get the answer to how you would?" Spider Quake, I will think about that and we'll try to answer that tomorrow because I want to really think about that and actually kind of write it down a little bit. It's such a good question that I want to get a good answer. Thank you, Ethel. Thank you for joining me. Thank you, Crystal Williams. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining tonight. Oh wow. Okay, Mal. It's Now this episode definitely seems like it's gonna be interesting. So I do look forward to watching it tonight. Yeah. I'm gonna be ending the stream. I want to thank everyone for joining. Thank you, Tracy Steves. Thank you, Mel. Thank you, Apple. Thank you, Spiderquake, Crystal, Skinner, Yeah, I think I said Spiderquake. Blackmon, Shannon, Shakira, thank you for joining. Angelique, Janet, Daisy Flower, Stacks, I said Mary already. Now, Monique. If I didn't get to your name, oh, Valerie. Thank you for joining, Valerie. I said, yeah, I said Valerie. And Alicia, I think I said goodnight to Alicia. Daisy Flowers, so yes. If I didn't sit there and say thank you, Crystal Williams, yes, if you can hit the like button before you go, that really does help. Have a good night, Valerie. Have a good night, Angela. Um, Angelique. Thank you, Janet. It was a great time, and I appreciate you being here. Have a good night, Daisy Flower. Have a good night, everyone. Stay safe. I will in here. Have a good night, Daisy Flower. Have a good night, everyone. Stay safe. I will look forward to seeing everyone tomorrow back at 8 o'clock, Eastern Pacific Standard Time or New York time. Until then, have a good night.